that we can use. Much appreciated.
Happy to have you.
And I'm willing to change seats with you if you like.
No, no. Stay right where you-
Okay, we need a roll call vote to begin this meeting today.
Director Brems,
Present.
Director Cardenas.
Here.
Director Daly,
Here.
Director Gettle.
Here.
Director Keegley.
Here.
Director McCalman.
Here.
Director Peterson.
Here.
Director Prokopis.
Here.
Director Silvestrini.
Here. Thank you. We have a quorum. We'd like to open the floor to public comment, if there is any. Seeing no public comment, we'll move to the next item on our agenda, which is the introduction of new officers and the swearing in Chief Nazareth.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Board. We're doing something a little bit different today, which I think is nice because we're going to allow you to be part of this important ceremony. And we're going to do the oath of office for some of our newer officers. And as you all know, you've all taken the oath of office, and we do that too. It's a really important benchmark in our careers. So we're going to proceed with that. Now, I'm going to do what's now called an ambush. These guys didn't think they were going to have to speak to you, but they are. So I want our 4 new officers to come up here, introduce yourself, tell them where you're from, and 10 seconds.
My name is Philip Cade Averett. I live in North Ogden and I've been in Utah my whole life. And I'm really happy to be here.
Thank you.
My name is Matt Blackburn from San Diego, California. Just moved to Utah. Happy to be here.
John Ungard. Live in Layton, originally from California, 20 years in the service, 12 years as an officer, and I'm fortunate to be part of this family.
I'm Nick Francis, grew up in Kearns, live in South Ogden right now. I've got 7 years experience, but super happy to be here. So thank you for your time.
Thanks, gentlemen. In a minute here, I'm going to have you stand up front when we do the oath, but I just want to say real quick, this is a really important benchmark for our officers. A lot of times, at least for me, when I was young and didn't understand everything, taking the oath was basically kind of the green light to go, and finally the training's over, the academy's over, all these things are over, and now I get to go play. It was kind of that moment. But as I've grown a little wiser and start to understand things, I just want to impress on you guys and have you think about this. But when you repeat that oath, it's really important. This is one of the most important things you're going to do in your career, because you're taking an oath, and some of you have done this before, but you're essentially taking an oath to protect the Constitution, to protect your community, your country, to protect people's constitutional rights. And to do all these things are really serious. This is a really solemn, serious moment. And if you really understand the depth of that, it takes on an entirely different meaning. It's just not just the start to what you're about to do, but it should be the thing that guides for the rest of your career. And so it's a privilege to take this oath. Many of us in this room have done that. Our board members, as elected officials and servants of the community, have taken an oath too. So it's great. We're all on the same team. We get to do that together. So I just want to impress upon you the importance of that. The other quick thing I want to say is thank you to the families, those of you that are here to support our new officers, support the department. We really appreciate you. I always say you guys are 50% of our law enforcement team. We can't do it alone. We have to have you. You're part of how we police the community. So thank you for being here, and thank you for your support. This is an important moment. It's only going to happen once. So family, feel free to take pictures. Feel free to jump up and do everything. Danny will be taking pictures too, and capture that moment. And then when we're finished, you're welcome to go outside and take more pictures if you'd like with your family. But The floor is yours. Welcome to go around to meet. So without further delay, I'm gonna have you gentlemen line up right here. Do the oath of office. Maybe come up just a little bit there. If we want to be, make sure we're on camera side. Now look at Harmony, is that what you wanted? Harmony's in charge, so. All right. Okay, I'm gonna read this, just repeat after me. When I say state your name, you'll obviously state your own name, but go ahead and raise your right hand to the square. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of this state, and that I will discharge the duties of my office as a police officer for the Unified Police Department of Greater Salt Lake with fidelity. Congrats. And by the way, at the end of that, with fidelity, go look that up and read about what that means. That's a really important piece of this. It's on the end of that for a reason, so. With that being said, what I'd like to do is we have badges, and I'm gonna have Officer Allred hand me a badge. Since you're not in uniform and we don't want to punch holes in your beautiful dress shirts, normally we do a pinning on ceremony of the badge, but obviously we're not going to do that. So, but what I'd like to do is, because remember how I said your family's 50% of this, they should be involved in this because you're going to have them. So if you'd like to designate someone, whether it's a family member, a guest, myself, anybody you want, to hand you your badge, it's kind of a symbolic part of that family, that team. So who do we got first? On guard. My wife flew to Europe yesterday morning, so. It's a pleasure. That's nice. Is your mom? All right. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Well, wonderful. Well, thank you all for participating in that. Officer Allred will have certificates for you that you can take and do whatever you want, but we're eager to have you guys on the team. Welcome. Thanks again for being here, and thank you board members for allowing us to have this nice little ceremony here. And we know you guys can do a great job. Expect a lot out of you and have total confidence you'll be a very good part of this team. So thanks again. Appreciate it. All right, as part of our introduction of new officers, you'll see on page 2 of your board packet, one of our new rookies, Officer Odin. He is not here today, but I hope to introduce him to you soon. Great dog. Somebody asked me if we were going to swear him in today, but I don't think he speaks very much English, so he's still pretty young. But we'll get him fired up and spooled up, and I'm excited for him. And that'll be Officer Schmidt. If you don't remember, his dog got sick and we had to unfortunately put him to rest, but this dog is that replacement. He'll do a great job. He's got a lot of good traits and characteristics. So that's that part of the program. I appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. The next item on our agenda is a report of the Benefits and Compensation Committee that's been meeting, looking at benefits and compensation, insurance and other issues for our officers and the police and the Unified Police Department. Chief Olson.
Share my screen here. Good morning. So the Benefits and Compensation Committee met on April 8th. And we went over our benefits renewal for health insurance and other ancillary benefits. And then we went over compensation, went over the sworn pay study that I had developed. And then last part of that meeting was an MOU that's being developed between the UPD and our labor representative, Salt Lake Police or Salt Lake Valley Law Enforcement Association. And so I've created just a quick PowerPoint. I'll walk through it. All of this is in your board packet, so you guys can follow along, but for the folks online. So let me just launch this. Maybe. That is my. No, anyway, we'll just walk through it like this, I guess. Won't let me launch it. So present at the Benefits and Compensation Committee, we had Director Brims, Director Silvestrini, Mariah Hill, the CFO from Midvale, Chief Mazarin, Chief Craig, myself, the CFO Debbie Sanchez, Aubrey Valdez, and representatives from GBS. And if I missed anybody, I apologize, but I think that was it. And so again, the agenda was just the health insurance bid, the market survey, and the MOU. I threw this slide in just as a reminder of what our history of benefits renewals have been. So you can see in 2021, we had a flat renewal at 0. In 22, we had a 6.8% increase. In 23, a 2.5% increase. And last year, a 9.7% increase. Just to give you a little history on that. This next slide is the insurance rate increase to the members. So this is the cost increase per plan for the members. And that's highlighted in the yellow column here. The most expensive is about $17.84. And that is the traditional plan, which is our most expensive plan. So the increase was an 8.3 this year on the benefits renewal. And so the organization shares that in 80%, the membership in 20%. So that 20% is represented here in a dollar amount. So you can get an idea of what the membership is going to see as an increase. As far as dental, we were flat on dental. There was no increase there. We are self-funded for dental. And we're running very well. We have about a $20,000 surplus. And rather than reduce the rate, which would have been maybe $1 for every member, we're just going to keep that in reserve for a rainy day. So that's our plan with dental. All other benefits were flat as well, with the exception of vision. And we actually saw about a 1% decrease in vision coverage. So that was pretty good. That's just a really high level overview of benefits. Does anybody have any questions about any of that before I move on? Okay. So the next part of this is the compensation study. And so there's some packets outside the room on the desk. If anybody wants a copy of that, you're welcome to grab one on the way out. I know this is very small and it's hard to see. I'll try and blow it up a little bit. So this slide is the police officer. Let me back up a slide and go to the entry level. So this is the police officer entry level rate. Currently in the market, we're sitting at number 15. We have a placeholder in the budget at 5%, a 2.5% market and a 2.5% COLA. And that would affect all members, sworn and civilian. And so you can see the impact of that at the bottom here. A 5% increase would move us to number 2 in the market for the entry-level officers, to 3586. On the police officer maximum rate. Oh, sorry, it's kind of hard to navigate on here. Currently, we're sitting at number 13 in the market. A 5% increase would put us up to number 6 in the market, to 5053. For sergeants. And again, this is the maximum rate for sergeants. Once people get to that rank, most people are topped out. There are a few exceptions, but for the most part, everybody is at that top step. And so the current market is, we're at number 9. A 5% increase would put us at number 4. And the sergeants. For the lieutenants, we're currently at number 8. A 5% increase would put us at number 3 in that market. And, yes, sir.
On the entry level rate
Mhm.
slide, it says 5% equals $1.56 increase. So that math is adding up to me. I don't know how that would go to 3586.
So we,
56 increase.
And I don't have 5% taking them to number 2 if the percentages on the right are correct as well. We're 17% out of first place or top of the list. 5% takes us to 2.
yeah, so
Something's not adding up.
So the top of the range there is, sorry. 3650 is the top of the range. That's the U of UPD. Now maybe I just have my math wrong there. I'll have to double check what I did.
If that 3118 is correct, then $1.56 would put it at like 33 or so.
Yeah, you're right.
Good catch.
Yeah, I've just got my math wrong there. I apologize. I'll have to get that corrected. I was using formulas to do all of that. Anyway, I'll get that corrected and send you an updated copy. I apologize. Anyway, going back to the rest of this, the last one was the deputy chief or the division or precinct chief. Currently at number 5 in the market, and a 5% would take us to number 4, just move us up 1 spot there. So I'll have to get that entry level corrected. I apologize for that. Are there any other questions on the pay study? Okay. And then for the MOU, Harry, do you want to address that here?
It's not right here. I think
Okay.
that, what we'll do is we will address that perhaps in closed session, answer any questions, and then bring it back. And we can have comments at that time.
Okay. That's it, unless you have anything you wanted to add.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, we're going to, next, we're going to go into a closed session. We'll ask everyone to leave the room that's not in a part of the closed session. Thank you. Yes, please.
Under NC 24205 for subsection B, strategy session to discuss collective bargaining. Subsection C, strategy session to discuss pending or reasonably imminent litigation. And D, strategy session to discuss purchase, exchange, or lease of real property.
Thank you. We need a motion.
Yes,
Go.
You leave, but then don't run away. You're gonna be pretty quick and you can come back.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
We're told they are.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, Jeff Silverstein, I'll make a motion that the board go into closed session pursuant to Utah Code 52-4-204 and 205 to discuss the matters that Harry mentioned, which are appropriate for closed session pursuant to Utah statute.
Thank you. Do we need a roll call on this?
Needs to be a second.
Second,
Director Brems,
Yes.
Director Cardenas,
Yes.
Director Dali,
Yes.
Director Gettle,
Yes.
Director Keegley,
Yes.
Director McCalman, Director Peterson,
Yes.
Director Prokopis,
yes.
Director Silvestrini,